Live.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
And first and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
double honor to Apostle Great Millstone, shalom. But people gonna say GMS Stupid Camp out here another week, cross-side down, fell Babylon the Great. Over this be edifying. Get a limitations for verse 21, the NLT, read verse 21 and verse 22, the NLT. One of the days, man, he's gonna start getting on Esau, man. Continue one of the different things we brought out in the live stream last night. You know, saying about the fact that during the time Esau needs to judge, you know, he has to play the role of the villain, persecuting the planet Earth. Okay, and now it's time for him to pay, man. All right. Reputation 4:21. NLT. It says, "Are you rejoicing in the land of Uz, the people of Edom? Well, you too must drink from the cup of the Lord's anger. You too must drink from the cup of the Lord's anger." Now, is it actually talking about the actual land of Uz? No, the modern day Uz, which Uz was another chief, not the capital, but another prominent city in ancient Edom, man. It's like Basra, all right? The modern day Basra, the modern day Uz, what here in North America, which is known as Mystery Babylon the Great and the Holy Scriptures, man. Okay? Yeah, Esau, he should be rejoicing. Esau really should stop complaining, man. You got the Edomites doing videos about how things are getting harder for them. That's why Zeno financial goals. You need to capitalize on the last little bit of your superiority, man, and let your little last little bit of your kingdom. You ain't gonna be able to do this shit in the near future, man. All right, go ahead. It says you too will be stripped naked in your drunkenness. Oh, beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. Right. So Esau, Edom, he too will be stripped naked, man. All right, we're talking about being brought down to a lower state, like we was reading Isaiah 14 last night, being brought down to hell, to the side of the pit. All right, being a miserable lower state, being in captivity under your enemies, man. That's what Esau even was headed in. All right, this image, this time, this dream world. You've been living in the dream world. You've been living in the dream world, there. All right, in that fake world, this dream world you've been living in is getting ready to end, man. All right, where you're the good guy, you can do no wrong, you can do whatever you want. Transformers, I can just do whatever I want to get away with it, man. No, that time ended, man. The Lord's getting ready to visit you. All right, it's long overdue, man. He's a fugitive running from justice, going back to the beginning of Cain, man. It's all he was fleeing from justice, man. A fugitive and vagabond shalt thou be in the earth, man. This dude's always trying to hide. That's why he's making up. He completely made up all these different so-called nationalities and races of all the different people on earth, not just the 12 tribes, calling us Negro, Indian nation, Dominican, etc. Okay, but what? Even the other nations, why? Because again, my girls always went to, he couldn't just hide who he was. But everybody else is knowing who you are, but I'm not Esau, because it would be obvious. He had to change names and scramble everything around like a card deck, scramble everything around, But see, but his truth was putting everything in order, man. That covering cast getting destroyed, like it's saying in Isaiah 25, man. Esau said the highlights being put on this double, man. You ain't gonna be able to run. You ain't gonna be able to pass off the blame on your actions on the earth. When Yahushua gets here, you ain't able to pass it off like, oh, look what Jake's doing in Chicago. You ain't gonna be able to do that, man. It's gonna be your day of judgment. Go ahead. It says, "Oh, beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. You will soon return from exile." All right, so we get ready to get out of captivity, man. The Lord's bringing our punishment, our captivity to an end. Okay, we get ready to be exalted back to as the kings of the earth like we're supposed to be. Okay, so our punishment get ready to end. This is the last time we ever going to be in captivity. The last time our enemies ever be in open. Right? So we can be, that's the gospel. That's the good news, man. Well, what's the separation? Because good news ain't good news for everybody, man, right? It says, "But Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Soon your many sins will be exposed." Right, your punishment is just beginning, man. You got these devils talking about the kingdom of heaven. And I was just watching the Elder Splendid on the way here. It's so funny, like Esau, Edom. Here it is again. This dude has his whole line up Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter, and I'll tell you what verse in a second. All right, because this dude, like the Elder was going into, this devil for every time he came to power, starting with the Greeks, the Romans. Okay, so you saw through the Renaissance period, reverse coming back into power, leading up to America. Okay, this current empire, he always was just focused on the now. Wherever he was at, he was just focused on destroying and stealing from everybody else to put himself on now. He wouldn't think about future consequences. He wouldn't think spiritual. He wouldn't think the Lord approves of these actions. He was just thinking, how can I put myself on high while destroying my enemies? That's the only thing Esau was thinking of, man. Like I said, we about to get this little one in Wisdom of Solomon too, because it goes into that in this chapter, man. It tells you about the mindset of the wicked, and it tells you about their current their thought process, man. This is Wisdom of Solomon. Let me get it started yes, it started one. Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 1. Yeah, cause go down and tell you about their mindset. Go ahead. Yeah, we got it.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 1. It says, "For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves."
Right, so it's talking about the ungodly, which is talking about, of course, you got ungodly amongst all the nations, even amongst Israel. Okay, but specifically, it's talking about Esau too. All right, go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 1. It says, "For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not all right. Our life is short and tedious, and in the depth of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have turned from the grave."
So that Esau's flawed mindset. All right, which don't get it wrong, the actual elites, they know about, in this time, they know about the regeneration. But they said the vast majority of Edomites don't. That's their mindset. So, he has that atheist mindset. Okay, look, well, it's just, where do different terms come from? YOLO, you only live once, is the now, you have a short life, is do what makes you happy. All right, that's Esau's mindset. So, fuck it. His mindset is, man, forget worshiping a God, forget trying to be righteous, forget any of that, man. You live once and you die. Ain't that what we teach you in science class? You live once and then you die, and that's just it. You don't have a soul, you don't have a spirit. You just focus on the now, focus on the carnal. You just do whatever the hell you want to. You only get one chance of this. Life is just a bunch of random chemicals put together, and bacteria, and then the fish, the bacteria became a fish, the fish became a monkey. That bullshit picture showing a monkey walking out of water and becoming a man. That's right. So it turns into human. So this is all random. So just enjoy it. No, that's bullshit, right? But this is going into their reasoning. This is how Esau Edom thinks. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 2. It says, "For we are born at all adventure, and we should be hereafter as though we have never been."
See, so look, I ain't gonna have to pay for anything I'm doing in this life. I ain't gonna have to worry about this. Anything I'm doing, yeah, I may be doing, yeah, I'm doing certain things. There's a difference. I was reading about it. There's a difference between a sociopath and a psychopath. A psychopath, he really don't really understand like what everything he's doing is crazy and wrong. He's really bugged the hell out. Well, sociopath, he understands what he's doing is wrong. That's why he purposely trying to hide it from other people and shit. Yeah. And that's Esau too. He hides who he really is. This persona, like again, I keep going into his media. In the media, he's Superman. Yeah, I was like, you laughing about that last night. I'm like, yo, really, this nigga done dropped 100 Superman movies. Yeah. He keeps trying to reinforce this image of the so-called white man being a hero here to save you. Yeah. That's an example of a sociopath. He know what he's doing is wrong. Because if he really thought what he's doing wrong, just be who you are. Yeah. Tell everybody about how you're a murderer, you're a rapist, or you're still killing the straight. You gotta do it. Right? He thought he wanted to hide them. Well, now, we'll talk about what the sales, because we got to get rid of all the slavery. Go ahead. No, I was just like, right? So somebody, I'm a little go ahead. Yeah, God, it's like this and that. I just saw, they got a TV show called Jack Reacher. Basically, they have the movie with Tom Cruise, but in the show, that shit was funny as hell because they be trying to. That's exactly what they're talking about. They're trying to paint us, like to be the hero, and everything he's doing is like someone's like committing animal abuse, like abusing the dog. You gotta come beat the guy up. Yeah. Or a woman's getting robbed. He gotta come save the woman and beat the robber up and throwing the gun like tweaking on it. Like that's exactly what they do, trying to paint themselves up. And the media is a powerful tool for that. That's one of the main things you saw you when you doing this. That's why he was mentioned. You go to the Greek guys, who's her name was media. That's how you sort of use this to tell my mind to keep you on these strongholds, having you on these strong illusions by way of the media. Bro, that's a powerful tool you have, bro. Even when you look at it, just like Moab and all the so-called Chinese, they take a lot of pay a lot of attention to what gets pushed to the media. They're constantly speaking against Esau and they use to perpetuate certain things. First you at?
Verse 2.
Still got keep going.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 2. It says, "For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we have never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the movement of our heart." Verse 3, it says, "Which being
I know it's behind me, so put it back in. Oh yeah, or yeah. Okay, put back out there. Yeah. And he was better. Put like that bottom corner right there. If it floats again, we get read that back Bible stop verse 3.
God. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 3. It says, which being extinguished, our body should be turned into ashes, and our spirit should vanish as the soft air.
See, our spirits are vanished from the soft air. It ain't gonna like there ain't gonna be no consequences, no spirit realm. I don't have to go before no God. He's not gonna judge me. I'm just living this short, like say this short random existence, and then I'm just gonna vaporize, and nobody will ever remember anything I ever did. Right? Go ahead. It's like I said, going to the mindset of Esau.
Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 4. It says, and our name should be forgotten in time.
Right, but it's not. It's like the elf from one knows go into Lord. He been half funny but half serious. Like Lord got the spiritual Google. Lord got he got documents of every. He knows everything that's ever happened. Any wrongdoing that anybody's ever done, any righteous thing anyone's ever done. Lord has that all circular, all documented. Man. Lord, how about Shimon Shai knows everything, man. You ain't gonna be able to say like I escaped judgment. I got free. That's how Esau really thinks, man. Everything Esau was doing, I say, can you talk about our name when we gone? No, it's not true, because that's why people still remember that shit to this day. In history, all the Christopher Columbus, the Christopher Columbus, the Christ Bearing Conqueror, everybody knows about that. The blood bought Lord knows all of that. And every single wrong for you to pay is spirit, because I remember I had a vision of this. This is like maybe like I don't remember exactly how long, maybe like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I remember I had a vision of that. Basically, it was in the kingdom, and it was like this big ass building with a long hallway, right? And it was like hella Israelites, like moving new bodies. I couldn't see exactly what it looked like, but I saw like an outline of the floor and big, right? And it was some of us, we was like hella Edomites in chains, men and women. We were leading them down this hallway to the judgment hall, right? And it's crazy because like we literally could see like all the different crimes was like above their head, like moving like cold. We looked, we all could see it. We saw all his crimes. He did this and this, and we was like pushing the shove on, hurry up, go push, keep going, right? The Edomites looking sick and scared. They went to the judgment hall, and it was like Yahweh Shai and some other jakes up there on the stage, and they was on the mic, just reading off their crimes over and over again. They was getting for us to judgment. So again, that's an example. I said this spiritual Google, like the Lord know everything we did, man. It's all documented. Lord is seeing every single thing, especially what you've done to the Israelites, what you've done to the earth, what you've done to the animals, and all the wrongdoing and corrupt dealings you got in his financial system. Lord sees all that, man. You ain't gonna be able to get away scot free. That's why Esau is really bothered with his message, bro. All right, go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 4. And our name should be forgotten in time, and no man should have our works in remembrance.
Go ahead.
And our life should be passed away as the trace of a cloud, and should be dispersed in a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun and overcome with the heat thereof.
You see, this is the mindset. I'm be able to get away with whatever I want to, man. All right, I'm just gonna, because we usually just skip this chapter. We usually just skip further down. It talks about our strength and our justice. And say that's why I start with one. Because this verse will say it goes into the more so the mindset of Esau. I can do whatever the hell I want to do. There's a scripture say, "Who shall control me for my works?" Also said, I can't see it. Who knows what that said? Control me for my works. Control me for my works. Then he will surely avenge thy pride. Get yours. I'm looking for this.
This is Job 24, starting at the top. It says, why, seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty, they that know him not see his day. It says, some remove the landmarks, they violently take away flocks and feed thereof. That's how we know this talking about Esau, because he is the ultimate thief. You know, going back into that that vagabond and that fugitive. You know, all these things that are associated with wickedness, the first person that you should think of is Esau Edom, especially the removing of the landmark. It said they turn the needy out of the way, the poor of the earth hide themselves together. So Thinking about that Psalm 10, they persecute poor, not poor monetarily, poor because we're in hellish conditions, poor because, so in the book of Hosea, our power, Yahweh Bashim outside, he for a moment turned away from us. And now we're being grafted back into his good graces. But while we're enduring these things, we have to identify where the hell is coming from. And it's coming from Esau Edom. His legislation, all the things he did to the air, all the chemicals, all the wayward doctrines he's pushing across the four corners of the earth. Again, go back to that meeting that we talked about earlier.
And it's Sirach 5 and verse 2. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. And that's what Esau Edom does. He want to do what he want to do. He don't care about what the Lord got to say about it, man. He do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do, man. All right, he thinks he don't have to answer nobody, right? Verse 3, and say not, who shall control me from my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride, man. That's what the Lord's going to do. He can get revenge for your pride. Like, how dare you, the audacity to do, to just walk around the earth and think that he everybody has to answer to him, but you don't have to answer to you. How about your outside, man? Yep. That's Esau's mindset. You see it. You can see it in his talking points, his reasonings. All right, that's really what Esau thinks, bro. You can't tell me chapter, these verses ain't talking about anybody else, bro. Now people are following that mindset because that's the vibration he's pushing. They think that I don't have to answer nobody. I can do what I want, whatever makes me happy. All right, but again, that comes from Esau. So I'm saying that the ruler of the people is, the city is such all they that dwell therein. Right?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Come. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 5. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again.
It's wrong. Regeneration exists. So-called, which you people know as reincarnation, of scriptures call it regeneration. You come back, man, with every third or fourth generation. So them same Edomites who was doing the different heinous crimes in the past, they back today, like the elder from Birmingham said, they're back today on the crime scene. They got that saying, the world of criminal always returns back to the crime scene. Esau's back on the crime scene, man. He don't even know it. That's why these devils be talking about, why should I pay for my ancestors did?
Yeah.
You are your ancestors, bro. And you ain't gonna be in the kingdom. You ain't gonna be able to try to combat that. No, how side gonna tell us what the judgment is, and that's gonna be that. Another vision that one Jake had, he wasn't in Great Millstone. He had a vision that he said he was waiting to go in the courtroom. It was like your house shot, a bunch of angels in there, and literally he was waiting to go in the courtroom himself. Different things he's done. It was an Edomite in there. He tried to speak up, and outside the angel told him, he said, "No, you already been judged." That's what it is. You're already predetermined. We can read Obadiah and read about the day Esau's going to be exterminated. Man. It's the same thing in Job. All over the scriptures, bro. It talks about Esau even being judged. It talks about with the great downfall of Babylon the Great, and when Esau will finally be judged. Like you said, that vagabond, that fugitive will finally be brought to justice, man. Right? And here Esau do that, right? The so-called Osama bin Laden, right? They was waiting to get this nigga for like over a decade. When they finally got him, it was great rejoicing, man. We got him, like when they looked at the presidential address nation, and we finally got this son of a bitch. Well, how much more Esau Edom, man? We've been waiting for this dude to get judged since the serpent, bro. He ruined paradise. I think it's in the same chapter. It tells you, it said, the envy of the devil came death into the world, man. He been hating since the beginning, man. Then Cain, he murdered Abel, all right? Then Esau hating on Jacob. It's always been the same thing, bro. From the Greeks, all the Greeks was torturing Jacob, bro. Antiochus and the fourth Epiphanies in them, all right? So how much more we gonna enjoy? Like, that son of a bitch finally got his due justice, man.
Like I said, add to your point, the Greeks was the first one that made it a law for the Jews not to call themselves Jews. Yeah, exactly. All right, so they put in law for your ass to represent your heritage, man. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present.
Pay attention to what the scripture is saying. It's telling you the mindset Esau Edom from the leaf on down. That's like all things. Let's enjoy the good things of the present. Like I said, the point. That's why I said we can back everything up with the scripture. Esau Edom, every time the Lord gave him power on the earth, he always was like, man, let me do a bunch of wickedness and evil so I can live good now. That's why did he enslave the Israelites here? Of course, because of his hatred too, but he used us to build his simple of his kingdom so he can live good now. He wasn't thinking about the future and the kingdom. Oh, Esau himself, the actual man Esau, who's actually the brother to Jacob,
he said, man, he said, what good is this birthright to me? That's not till years, centuries and years in the future. Because he knew his father Isaac, he told him about, yeah, you know, my father Abraham, he told him that God appeared to him, he talking about the promise we gonna get. Literally in the scripture, he said he saw the spies his birthright. He said, man, what good is this to me? I don't care about this. I care about the now. Let me give me that food, man. That's what he was concerned about. He always had that mindset, man. He wasn't concerned about his future generations, man. He really fucked over his whole lineage. It was all in the spirit side to do that, but he actually did it in the flesh. He literally he fucked all the Edomites who were so mad at Jake now, who were chosen or not, and we got the birthright. Bro, he literally gave the birthright for some fucking bro. For some red pottage, man. Wasn't even cooking. Cooked all the way. Yeah. That's wild when you think about it, bro. This nigga really sold immortality, the kingdom of heaven, live ruling forever, eternal glory for some uncooked meat, bro. In that one lifetime. That lifetime actually gone and past and it's over with. And now the actual man Esau, he's back today as one of these elites. Now he's stressed. So again, we're going to show you, like, in going to the chapter, their mindset is wrong. Our life is a vapor, it don't matter. That's the same mindset Esau, even the man himself, had. And they carried that this whole time.
Beautiful. If I can answer your point real quick, I asked Chat GPT about the term YOLO, right? And it says basically it's an abbreviation for you only live once, right? And it says this phrase encourages people to take risks and make the most of their lives, emphasizing the importance of living in the moment. All right, and that's what the brother's going into. We saw even all his power moves been that type of mindset. All right, conquering the moment. Okay, but not only just that, but promoting the whole society on this false democracy. All right, of pushing their narrative of what doing what you want to do. All right.
That's the real that's clean contrary to the way of all about shit outside. Because the scriptures talk about prudence, being well towards going, using the experiencing the things that we learned and applying the scriptures moving forward. Understanding that our steps, our paths are predetermined. A sparrow doesn't even fall to the ground without how about shit that was shot sanctioning. But with that YOLO mindset, it's like the affirmations, the law of attraction and shit like that. It's like I can do it, I can manifest, I can take things in my own hand, I can do what the hell I want. I'm gonna run it up until the casket drops. That's the mindset that's pushed by Esau Edom and all those different isms associated with the image of the beast.
That's why the scripture says, "Envy not a sinner, for thou know not what his end should be." All right. But back in Wisdom of Solomon, 2:6, it says, "Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth."
Yeah, let us speedily use the pretense and use and everything, man. That's what people do, like even like young children, you gotta teach them how to operate with animals and shit too, because they may not be able to work shit. You know what I'm saying? They work with them, they exploit people. All right? That's what we do. Is like, okay, look, man, let's just we got the president, let's just use and abuse everything. Let's just live good and fuck everybody else. It's funny because Esau Edom, he went to the earth doing that to all the other nations, primarily the Israelites. So now his own elites are doing it to him. They're cutting you up the blessing now. They're saying, man, hey, look, man, F them lower level Edomites, man. They weren't blessed enough to be born back of this upper echelon of the Esau. Then fuck them, man. They useless eaters as well. Okay, go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 2:7. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ornaments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us.
Costly wine and ointments, all the cheap best things. We're gonna have the biggest houses and everything like that. Meanwhile, everybody's under our rule. We got plenty of homeless people living like shit, man. Even people do got houses, living in old ass houses that fall apart. All right, living in squalor, man. Especially Jake. That's how Esau runs the whole entire earth, man. It's not just here in America. Esau runs the whole earth, man. You got these other nations that may have a little bit here and there, but they all ultimately answer to Esau. You see how the Israelites in Northern Kingdom living down there in South America, bro? Right? That's the Masi. Let's enjoy the costly wine. Let's enjoy the nice things of the earth. This shit you don't even know about. It's different little wines and shit that's been vineyards, wines that's sitting for really like 200 years. It cost like $500,000 a bottle, bro. Esau he can just ball on that. That's nothing to him, bro. He's at least they live a whole different, bro. There's a whole different way of life that he lives, bro. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 2:8. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they wither. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuous.
Voluptuousness, man. All right, what is it? What again? Living in excess. Let's just talk about in the parable of Luke 16, the parable of rich man and Lazarus. It would say what a rich man who fares sumptuously every day. He living the best life, not caring about how he's just fucking it over everybody else. That is so close in that because again, that same parable talks about how eventually you're going to have to pay. And see now Esau, when it comes to that point where now the bill is due, it must be the bill is due, it must be paid. It must be paid. And again, quoting out from again, he had another bill a couple weeks back. It was very heavy. I didn't even thought about it like that. But he talks about how in debt Esau is. And Jake always want to talk about reparations. Like Esau doesn't even have the he has to go into slavery because look. I'm trying to break down how he did is basically, summarize it. Like, look, we all know the law, right? If a man steals something from you, he had to pay you back 7 times that. So think about how much Esau even has stolen from us. Right? He has to pay 7 times that we stole, right? But not only that, there's something called ill-gotten gain. Even in Esau society, if you're like a drug or a kingpin and you made all this money, you got all these assets, all these cars and homes, right? That you made off of drug money, which is illegal. They're going to confiscate all that. You can't just pay back a certain amount of money. Like, say you're a thief around banks, right? And then you rob the bank and you invest that money and buy certain things and invest money, make money off that money. You can't just, let's say you stole $300,000 from a bank. You can't just give $300,000 back and that's good, the debt's paid. No, everything you made off that $300,000 is now confiscated. So not only do you have to pay 7 times $300,000, then you have to give up everything you made off that. And that goes with what gives material things you steal, but then even blood. You have a blood. Something known in the scriptures was as a blood debt. Well, like if a man was in Genesis, if a man who that slave man was paraphrasing, if his blood shall be shed, you don't know the law. That's even if know that law. If you murder somebody, you must be put to death. You must be killed. You can't just walk away from like that. Okay. So think about how much Esau owed. We start actually thinking about that, because even if you stole a man's land, right? Esau, he stole the whole Western Hemisphere. Not only do you have to give the land back, you owe, for all these centuries you've been making money off the resources of the land, you owe 7 times that. So when you start actually, like the elder, he's getting passionate, he's like, Esau is spiritually bankrupt. Like, when you start actually reading the law and applying, I never really looked at it like that. I'm like, bro, this nigga is like, that's why you can't pay us back, man. You owe us everything. You owe us your life. Because that's what happens. Multiple times over. That's why you literally, in the kingdom, you're going to have to die and keep coming back to keep serving them. That's the law. Like I said, if a man steals from you, right? I'll give an example in modern day term. I said, in modern day time, you steal something from a man, you got to repay it 7 times. So I'm like, bro, it's all got 7 times over to give you. Yeah. Bro, this nigga's through. Like, bro, he really thinks somehow he can give $50,000 or even $1 million to every single Israelite, and that somehow absolves him. No, man, no. You have to lose everything you got, because everything you have is ill-gotten gain. Sirach 10:8, through injuries, you get that.
I was looking for that. Is crazy.
Which is gotten by the seed.
Yeah.
You saw somehow he thinks that his reparation is he's gonna keep what he got. Keep the land he stole. I'm gonna keep what I stole from you. That's like I said. We always give an example. That's like you breaking Esau's house. I'm gonna keep your house, but here I'll give you $50,000. Like, no, bro, I need all that back.
Yeah, motherfuckers talking about 40 acres and a mule. Like,
that's not proper. That's not adequate reparation for it in scripture, man.
Carl, you was mentioning about having to pay off the place you got against how everything you earned off that. Yeah. Esau did the entire society off of the slave man Jake.
So that means the whole society got to go.
But when you go into the richest companies, the affluent companies, the most wealthiest men, you trace back the roots of lineage. That's what we're talking about, just the old money, new money. Esau had to brag and boast that. You got old money. How'd you get the old money? You got to do the enslavement of Jake. So if you was able to make an innumerable amount of riches off of Jake being a slave. And, bro, I said you living on that today. Because you was mentioning about them not, you know, so, oh, we're not our forefathers. Why would the pay for this food for our forefathers? Well, you really live that benefit off of the little back then your forefathers got.
But it's all right to get then, like, whenever Esau claims he got conscience, right? Okay, we stopped. That was the old us. Well, why didn't that first generation who so-called got in conscience, why didn't they pay no type of restoration? Why didn't they give no type of restoration?
Get your house up. That mansion you live in was passed down from your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, your great-great-grandfather. He got that from the enslavement of Jake. So give it up. Yeah, give it up. The first Negro you see walking on the street, give him the keys to the house, bro. And give him the deed, man. Sign away, sign off to it.
Esau don't really, he don't want to actually pay his full reparation. They said like was going into. Well, Esau actually no man was willing to subject himself to that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Sirach 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
And that's just back during the time of hardcore bondage for Jake. That's not even including all the times after that when Jake was still getting fucked over, bro. Like I was already watching the bodybuilding shit with Robbie Robinson, right? He had an interview. He was talking about how in the racism at that time, how things would go. Like example, he in there with all Edomites. Here it is, gonna do Joe Will Reader, who would pay all their checks, and the Edomite who was Malachi actually, who was running all that shit. His check would come up short and shit. And like saying like that for example, here they supposed to get $3,000 check. Everybody else got all the Edomites got their 3,000. He's the only one who got 1,500. Right. That 1,500, you owe 7 times that now. You stole from that man. So the Lord gonna count. See, Esau, he thinks those things ain't gonna matter. Every single time you warned the Israelites, that's all gonna stack up to your total fucking debt.
Yeah.
Through, you can't pay that. You don't have enough money to pay that.
Yeah, you can't.
Again, like I said, that's not even including the blood. Every Israelite you murdered, you have to pay that back. Every single Israelite that murdered, you have to get murdered.
It's like, and then it's the same Revelation 18 chapter, war into him double.
War into him double, right, yeah.
All those times 7, you know what I'm saying? All those added up. Now you owe double on that everything, bro.
Yes, you like say you owe times 14.
Yeah,
bro, come on, man. You don't have this to pay back, man. Like say again, they try to act like slavery was a long time ago. It didn't stop him. Bro, Jake was still getting harassed, still getting, like I said, you show up to work, and everything Esau say, you show up to work and be a productive citizen, and everything else here, they strong for work. He's like outworking the Edomites, and he's the only one who's sick getting shorty.
Yeah. Okay, the other thing to say, right? They make it seem as if yesterday it was the fucking 1600s,
yeah,
and then immediately it was like today.
Yeah, no.
Yes, there's less of a foot on the neck of Jake today,
right.
But it wasn't like that immediately. Like that was a gradual process, and nonetheless, that foot is still on Jake. Like I said, it didn't go from having the yoke of iron around your neck to literally you just be able to walk around inside or get persecuted.
Exactly.
Like you literally, that's why we used to go into and read those during the 60s, right? Even before you get to the 60s, bro, because they was totally free in the late 1800s. But clearly that wasn't the case. Why you still have some of the civil rights movement in the 60s, bro? That's decades later. You still have to go and do that. So or you read things like the what's the laws that they made? Jim Crow laws, right? They put us down. You should go through and read those laws they put into place in order to fuck with Jake. It was impossible to keep the law perfectly, bro. You're gonna go off, man. Right? You're gonna have a justifiable reason to throw you into a prison house, only put your ass right back into slavery, bro. All these things, or even something like the fact they could go and run up in the house and just kill Jake, torture him, rape his women, his daughters, or whatever, and get away with it. You got a court system and you got a jury for you. They don't give a fuck. Right. They gonna find you guilty. So these are all things that the Lord's finding you guilty of now, man. Good.
Awesome. It's the next verse. It say, "Why is earth and ash is proud? There is not a more wicked thing than such a covetous man."
Covetous man. That's Esau either, man. It's a covetous. He wants what everybody else got, man. You know? Like I say he stole everything. Said, bro, literally, man, I'm thinking on this point about this debt. Like I said, the elder, he perfectly worried through the law. I'm like, man, this dude owes so much, bro. Yeah. Like, bro, you really, that's why, again, I said, you're going to have to work it off after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, then get exterminated, bro. You can't even live here no more. Yeah. You've done way too much. And the Lord has specifically let you out of all the nations go unchecked for so long, it's all going to be due at one time. Like, because Israel, our sins will be like required at different times. Okay, I'm putting in, so you've been going on for these many years, I'm going to put it into right here. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay right now. Esau has not paid since the garden. Look at what he did as a serpent. He's still waiting on judgment for that, man. You know? You go to the priesthood.
For such as one set of his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he cast away his vows. The physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. All right, so there you go, man. Esau is about to pay his judgment, man. We're in the time of judgment, man. You have to pay your debt, like what it says, at the time of the garden to the time of the missile took place, man. You gotta pay for all of that in 1,000 years. That's gonna be that's gonna be a hell of a payment in 1,000 years, man. 1,000 years not that long compared to how long this devil was roaming the earth, polluting the earth with wickedness, man. But you gotta pay for that whole devil in 1,000 years, man. So you're up in high society now, but guess what? You gotta be brought low. Rejoice and be glad, like you always pull out, man. Live it up, because tomorrow you shall die.
It's gonna be a long bro. It's gonna be a long captivity for you, man.
Then you gotta look at the Lord's perspective with this stuff, man. Because the day to the Lord is 1,000 years. So even from the time of the garden, that wasn't that long ago in the Lord's eyes, man. That was like 2 weeks ago. Then a couple of days ago, what he do? He put our Lord and Savior on the cross, man. So the Lord is angry at you, Edomites, man, and that's why you have to receive this judgment. That's why when the Lord do judge, He's going to judge His wrath with His spirit.
Somebody ask something? Yeah. Go ahead.
This Isaiah 47 in verse 8, and it reads in the NLT, listen to this, you pleasure-loving kingdom, living at ease and feeling secure. Right, and the scripture says, because judgment not executed spirit, therefore the sons of men are set to do evil, right? And that get him to boast and say, because there ain't no God, I can go and like rape, rob, and murder and steal resources. Therefore, I can just do what the hell I want to do. But it's like you say, there's a judgment behind that, man. You shed the blood of the children of Israel first and foremost, man. It says, well, both these things will come upon you in a moment, widowhood and the loss of children, right? Because you great you stole our women from us, and you took our children to captivity, man. They didn't even get a chance to grow up as a man. You was putting them in slavery, man. Picking cotton, doing all type of shit like using our children for gator bait. We gonna do the same shit that you said. We should take your little one and dash them against the stone. So get ready for that, man. It says, yes, these calamities will come upon you despite all your witchcraft and your magic. So despite all your witchcraft and your magic, which you've been polluting our people in their minds, all right, that's going to be the end all be all for your kingdom.
This is Psalms 14:1. To the chief musician, the Psalm of David. The fool have said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that do good. Right. That's how you Edomites think. But that's how all you people think that's outside of the elect. You think it's no power. There's no higher power. There's no God. You're your own God. But guess what? The Lord, the glory of the Lord is going to be glorified throughout the whole earth. Everybody's going to know the name of Yahweh Bashim Shah, man. And the number one way everybody is going to know that the Lord is real by Him blowing this place up with nuclear missiles, man. With ICBM missiles, 200 million missiles, plus fire from the chariots. And some more, man. This place about to get an overkill. Then you gonna know that there is a God, man. Hey, for you, hey, for people that say that it's no God, you gotta be out of your rabbit ass mom. You don't see all this creation you see, the trees and the water, the sky, the people, the animals, and this just appeared. You know, it, 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 the
from how the elements and everything, all this shit was just here. It just appeared, man. Nobody created it, man. You know,
It's a big bang. It's a big
Big
bang.
Bang Theory, and shit, man. You know, hey, the Lord gonna Big Bang Theory your ass by blowing you up and nuclear fire. Your body pieces gonna scatter across the land and turn to dust. You know, that's gonna be that's gonna be the new Big Bang right there, man. For all you proud motherfuckers, man. And that's why you 2/3 can get the same judgment as Esau, man, because you got the same mindset. No, there's no God. You know, I'm my own self, man. Hey, it's like an urgent to by the Lord considered these things when He created it, man. You know, hey, hey, Lord said you don't even know the hairs, the number of hairs on your head, man. You know, the Lord know the number of hairs on your head. You say that there's no God, but it's saying the Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and sit with this top. And you other nations, starting with you Edomites, you just don't got it, and you can't understand this. 2/3, you just don't got it. You know, that's why you that's why you have a it's about the natural man. You don't have the spiritual discernment to discern the things that the elect do, man. You know, or the hopeful elect do, man. Because the Lord didn't give you that understanding, man. It talk about that saying, "Evil men understand our judgment." You know, so if you don't understand this truth, then you're evil. You're wicked in the eyes of the Most High, man.
Yeah, somebody line up Jeremiah 49:12. Ezekiel 35:1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, right? You know, prophesy against it, of course, he was in the thing of Mount Seir, right? And why? He's the chief adversary. Everything we're going into, all the different prophecies and crimes that we mentioned, he saw committed. Yes, other people have committed them as well, not to the same degree, not to the same extent, and nevertheless, they're falling out to his violation. Right? The scripture speak about Psalms 83 chapter and say all the nations come together to make a tumult. Who they come together with? They conspire with Esau, man. Right? And Esau was the one leading the charge in cutting us off from being a nation, man, and thwarting our affliction, right? Esau even is against the chief adversary of our people, right? He when and yin and yang, right? Good and evil, right? And Jacob being the good and Esau even being evil, right? These are the two main characters in the story, so to speak, right? And you got the whole time you got the antagonist, right? Esau has been fully set, even we always mention because you know when you go into the word Satan, right? It goes for him being Satan and evil, him being satanic. It goes from Hebrew Hashatan, which means adversary, right? And that's key to know because you have to understand why he does things he does, right? Why he's so hell bent on, and not because of a capital, right? Not because he wants to try to keep rich to some knows, because he's hell bent on and being as wicked as possible, right? He's a physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, right? His whole will is to do everything that's against righteousness, everything that's against what's pleasing to Yahweh Shem Shad, right? That's his motivation. It says, I say unto it, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shad, behold, Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make you most desolate, right? It's going to say that you should build without going down, right? Or allow you to ascend to a certain point while doing these wicked things, right? While being wicked as hell. Again, I'm not going to go over it again because brother already made all the points of all the gives a bunch of examples of the wicked Esau has done. These are the reasons why the Lord is going to bring them down, right? It's not just it's not like Esau's been doing everything the right way. He's been living in a decent existence, and the Lord is going to put him in slavery and rid him out the earth. No, because he's been ruling in a complete demonic manner. It says, "I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai." Right? So, right, the scripture tell you that the Lord is known by his judgment which is executed, right? He's going to make himself known in the earth as he had during times of old by way of his judgment. He's bringing these plagues down upon the Babylon the Great chiefly, right? Who's what? The current chief dwelling place of Esau, right? It's going to be known, okay, I'm against Esau, I'm against the Edomites, I'm against everything they stand for, represent, I'm against their ideologies, their principles, their beliefs, right? The religions, everything that they hold in high esteem, right? I'm against it as well as I'm against them. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in a time of their calamity and a time when iniquity had an end. Right. And that's what made me guilty of, right? Touching the apple of the Lord's eye. Right. You had just done this to a bunch of heathen. It wasn't big of a deal. Right. You had not tell we don't leave Israel alone. We let them be leading to their own devices. Right. Then the Lord will have much of an axe to grind with you. But because you touched the apple of the Lord's eye, because you did these heinous atrocities to this chosen nation, who the Lord said to be apart from everyone else, well, now you have help pay, man. It's not going to be a light thing. Well, you just got to give him a little light chastisement, a little light affliction, and he'll be okay. You can still be amongst us. No, that's why you can't be in the kingdom after you serve 1,000 years, bro. You can't. We really want to see you. It's being grievous just to even see you.
Yeah, you violated too far.
Way too far.
Way too far. Because all the other nations, they had their time to oppress Jacob, but Esau took it way too far, bro. Like perfect point. I said, you can't even be. It'll be vexing just to be here.
Yeah,
amongst you, man. All right. That's why it's gonna be a beautiful day when ain't gonna be no more Edomites walking around, bro. That's gonna be beautiful.
Bro,
imagine not seeing fucking devils no more.
This is really your history. This is all you're known for. This is your MO. You don't have any other. There was point times you can point to that James was actually being righteous. You can point to certain points times that James was actually okay. The time of Solomon is probably saying for those 40 years from the peace, James was actually being righteous, right? So other points as well, but you can. That's the prime example. The time when James was being completely wicked and going off, doing crazy shit. Esau's always been wicked. Esau has never been righteous and never been upholding righteous laws and standards. And if he was, you're saying doing things he was willingly, right? It was for ill reasons, right?
I just want to add to that point because you said something, brought out the scripture that says, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executes. All right. And we know that the death toll is going to be massive, but people, I think they fly over people's heads because basically, right, the people who boast up, the people who put their talking point in the earth, the people who speaks against Yahweh Bashir Shah and his men, those are going to be the main targets. All right. So when the Lord get done, execute judgment, there's going to be no more boasts. There's going to be no more of those people who were saying these things, putting this idea in the earth that we can do as thou will. Saying that we don't have the correct breakdown. All those people who are pushing this propaganda, right? Because that's a real propaganda coming up against the Heavenly Father, right? The people who pushing that, they're going to be gone, right? And it's only going to be what? The elect left to establish that righteous way, man. And that's why, as the brother Yakov was going into, Edomites, y'all eventually have to go because you're only set to come against the Lord, right? Your whole makeup, your whole DNA, your whole gene goes into being an adversary. So after this 1,000 years of you paying for what you've done, you're no good to the Heavenly Father no more, or to the planet Earth.
Yeah, bro, what better way for the Lord to show that he's against wickedness and he's against all this satanic and demonic shit than to literally put him into captivity.
Exactly.
And then literally after 1,000 years of sent into captivity, he remove him from off the planet Earth. But there's really no better way for the Lord to show what he's working against. And then what? Uplift the nation of Israel, set them up on high, make the law go forth from out of Zion, allow them to be the governing body in the kingdom, right? But it's really perfect, bro. The perfect way for the Lord to show, okay, I'm with this, I'm against this, bro. So I'm going to serve as the ultimate example. When we read Romans 9th chapter, we saw Edom was going to serve as the perfect example. This is what happens when you come up against me. All right? That's why the Lord said he's long suffering the dust of dishonor. All right, what? For destruction, man. All right? Perfect for destruction. All right, so he's going to show, we're going to get that. Romans 9, we can get straight to the point. And then we're going to go to Jeremiah if somebody knows about one verse of this. Finish that. Get this Romans 9, verse 21. It's Ezekiel 35:6. It says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shah, will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou have not hated blood, even blood shall pursue. So since you was put on this shit, and even within that, it's still going to be a limit upon it, right? Because we're going to be doing all the perverse shit that Esau was doing to us, right? We got to be continuing doing all this butt breaking and all this weirdo pedophilia and doing all this shit that they engaging in, right? But nevertheless, it is going to be It's gonna be enough to make an example out of it, you know?
It's Romans chapter 9, verse 21. Have not the potter power over the clay
Having his father is part of man, right? The clay is creation, right?
of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor
That's the Israelites.
and another unto dishonor?
That's Esau, Edom, man. All right, because all the heathen nations, they ain't going to never have the honor we have. But Esau specifically is the dishonorable one. The heathen nations kind of like it's like a neutral, right? It's irrelevant. So Lord saying like there's a desolate balance, like it's irrelevant, right? But he actually has a special hatred for you, right? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 22. What if the Heavenly Father, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known,
See, so the Lord wants to show his wrath. He wants to make an example of well, this is what happens to an enemy who turns up against me to show his power, right? Right? So that's the role Esau's going to feel like brothers are going into. He's going to get the Lord allow Esau to do all this wickedness. He's going to punish him for it for 1,000 years and then exterminate him, man. Go ahead.
time, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to
The
destruction.
vessel of wrath fitted for destruction. So you're perfectly fit for this purpose, man. All right? You fit perfectly. You fit like a glove, man. Ain't nothing. Glove don't fit. You must quit. All right? This man, look, Esau, he can't do that. He be in there. That glove motherfucker fit perfect. It fit perfect for his hand, man. The hand of the
Put
wicked.
it off.
The left hand of the Lord, man. All right? Esau, that's what you are. Go ahead, but here's the balance.
Verse 23, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory.
That's the Israelites, man. That's the balance right there. You got the ones that are set up to be wicked and to be punished for it. You got the ones who are set up to receive the kingdom and get eternal glory. Man. That's the duality. That's the balance. Again, how can a Christian read that and then come to the conclusion it's for everybody?
Yeah.
In this whole chapter, like we get up, we always get up. Go up in the chapter. In this same chapter, he tells you it's not only for your own free will. He tell you actually verbatim, not speculating, and we can tell you verbatim between Jacob and Esau, they both had different, and their progeny, they both had different destinies, bro. Esau, I said before Eve was born, before he did any righteous or wickedness, he was already set up to be a villain. Jacob was already set up to be a hero. It's already, that's what it is, that's what it is, man. Go ahead. Whatever you got, whatever you got. Man, I'll have to get something in a second. Wait.
Malachi 1 and 2 says, I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, where hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau. And I laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. So, like the brother was saying, he was already determined to be, he was already determined to be, the fulfillment of that nomen Homer. Esau, Joshua, wasted away as he. Because after he does his 1,000 years of captivity, cleaning up his mess, attempting to restore that 7-fold, that 14-fold through the Spirit, we're going to get rid of his ass.
Sirach 33 and 10. Wait, somebody have something? Yeah, I got something. Give what y'all got first, then get Sirach 33.
There's Obadiah 1 and 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. There you go, man. Another scripture backing up why your Edomite is going to get destroyed, man. Because of what you did to Jacob. That, hey, Jacob is who? The apple of the Lord's eye. It's going to say, touch an apple of the Lord's eye, he going to bring you down. He going to shake your ass away, man. So this is why this is going to take place, man. Yeah, the Lord is with bringing vengeance, man. The Lord ain't say that bygones be bygones. No, he said you're going to receive the judgment because what you did to Jacob,
It's already written. And you can't get out of it. You can't unwrite it. You and Esau didn't try that before. Trying to burn the Bible. You can't. Lord, what he had Ezra do? Because during the time when Esau and the Babylonians came and burnt all the books, Lord had, look, here, Ezra, look, I'm going to have you get in the spirit. You're going to rewrite all this stuff. You can't delete the Lord's word. That's funny. Like, it sounds funny when you understand what we understand. It sounds stupid. Like, you think, like, come on, bro. It's already destined. It's like your empire was destined. There was nothing Jacob could do to stop Esau coming in power. And Jake tried. That's why when Jeremiah and them used to tell me, look, man, the Babylonians will take y'all over, they was laughing. Like, nigga, what? I mean, imagine, Jake was godlike back then. Jake was doing mighty ass feats. Yeah. One man slaying 1,000. You like, nigga, what he gonna come fuck with us, nigga? And it still happened. Yeah. The Lord's in control of the whole show.
And then eventually he set the basis of man up.
Exactly.
Like I said, that's on Babylonians, but eventually he say Esau eat him over, bro. Mm-hmm. Again, just magnifying his power and his glory, man. Like he's in control.
Man, one time Esau was under us, man. During the time of Solomon, David and Solomon. He had their ass in order. You couldn't tell David, hey, look, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Jake at that time, they look, man, one day Esau gonna win the war up. They went laughing, you know how Jake do. Yeah. And they look, man, they just twinkle balls over the earth. Man, what the fuck you talking about? And you see it today. Look at this dude. This loser rules the earth. It's spirit. I got to do a lesson on still. I saw a thumbnail in your movie recap. It's a picture of a Edomite and said the title was "A Loser Got Unlimited Power," and this is what he did with it. I got to do a lesson on it, but that's Esau. He got his power ain't even unlimited. He got certain level. Lord gave this nigga some gunpowder and some bombs. What did he do?
Real quick, going back to that Romans 9:21 that the brother was going into, right? Basically, the AI is backing up what the brothers are saying, okay? And this is the part to where Christians will lose you, because as the answer is right here, they're still trying to push the narrative that the so-called white man, or you have free will, or the Lord is just a loving God. He doesn't, all these different things that takes away that everybody's lot, everything that everybody's doing is in the will of the Heavenly Father. But the AI said, as far as that Romans 9:21-22, it says God's sovereignty. The metaphor of the potter and the clay illustrates God's authority to shape and determine the purpose of individuals and nations. Okay? And it says divine patience. The verse highlights God's patience even towards those who may be destined for destruction. And that's what the brother was going into. Example, these are Hebrews, but they have Esau. They was terrified when that noise came. Esau way to just destructive to the earth, period. But anyway, back to the point. It says divine patience. The verse highlights God's patience even towards those who may be destined for destruction. Suggesting
trading you. You know you create destruction. There is no sin. I would have said there is no free will. There is no I control my own destiny and life and what you make it, all that bullshit Esau tells you. That's all bullshit, bro. No the fuck you don't. You don't control what family you're born into. What not everybody wanna make themselves born into a rich family with privilege. If you not want to do that, you want control of that. You came here and whatever a lot of people put you in your ass.
Yeah.
You don't have control over everything. If you did, you'd be God yourself. I'm fucking talking about free will. Listen to me, bro. Listen, free will. It's the whole concept of it. You have to understand what free will is. Only one person can have it, because everybody have it. It would clash in your usage. Like, well, I want to do this, but you want to do this. Who wins?
Yeah.
I want to rule the whole earth.
I want to rule the whole earth. You have free will, you can do whatever you want to do, right?
It'd be a bunch of
Only the Most High, the Most High Yahweh has free will.
Yeah.
And the heathens been doing that. Going back to what we put out earlier about riches got by the sea. That's what the heathens been doing this whole time. No, I'm ruling the earth. Our nation ruling the earth. That's why you had these different empires that did what? They took down each other, man.
Right, and who did that? The Lord. The Lord already predestined to say, look, I'm gonna let this one rule for these many. Sometimes he even give you years, but I'm gonna let you rule these many years. And like for Egypt, for example, the ancient Egypt with Pharaoh and them, Lord said, look, they got 40 years. And exactly at 400 years, they left there. If it was free will, why did he keep us in captivity longer? Because not Pharaoh want to do that. Right? Well, you know what's so cool? At first he Pharaoh wanted to keep us longer. Then the Lord wanted to let us go. The Lord hardened his heart to not let us go. Then when the Lord Spirit let us go, the Lord is in hard again. That should tell you the perfect example. What happened to free will? Why did Pharaoh have free will?
Right. And that's the king. And then that's the king of Egypt. That's what, or the kings of all the empires, Xerxes, Darius, Cyrus, Alexander, etc. Right? But it's really saying, look, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. So the most powerful man at that time, ruler, was literally his actions and his moves to really dictate what the Lord ordained. I believe on that was it. Go ahead. Before thinking that's a rock.
It's Sirach 17 and 17. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he sent a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion. So there you go, man. You know, the Lord set these different rulers, these different kingdoms, man. You know, and the Babylonian, the Media Persian, you know, Greeks, Romans, this kingdom that we in today. But Israel is the Lord's portion. That's who the Lord chose. Because we go to Deuteronomy 7:6 and say what? That he made thee holy above all nations upon the face of the earth. Meaning what? That the Lord created the earth for the nation of Israel to rule over it, man. Not for all nations, man. So that bullshit they teach, we all equal is bullshit, man. You know, we not even we ain't equal with nothing with you devils, man.
Nobody believes that shit anyway, bro. That's all bullshit. That's a feel good that Esau teaches. Nobody believes that shit. Again, how did Esau establish this place? He told you was 3/5 of a human being. He don't believe that shit. And it's not true. That's why we go read this. So Rock Bay the scriptures cut all this modern day madness with what they call it this modern day universal spirit. I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. It cuts all that shit, bro.
And the Lord chose the Israelite man to rule over the earth. You know, that's who is that's the proper order, man.
Right. That's even more non-equality. I said men and women, right?
Yeah, words that meaning.
Right. Words have
It
meaning.
means the same. Everybody ain't the fucking same, bro. Simple.
It's, it's Ecclesiastes 33 and 10. It says, and all men are from the ground.
All men are from the ground. That's what people say, right? We all come from Adam, right? Go ahead.
And Adam was created of earth.
Earth.
In much knowledge the Lord hath divided them and made their way diverse.
Lord, yeah. We all come from Adam, right? But Lord divided everybody, made their ways diverse. Every nation got a different spirit. That's why you can even tell like certain nations like. Of course, you got the I always go into the archetype, the origin, what they really look like, right? But they have a certain spirit associated with them. That's why we go like Japan, for example. They have a certain way, but before they got modernized, like want to be like Esau, they have a certain architecture and style that they style their homes and stuff like that. Partially because of the environment they in, also too just their spirit, what they're drawn to. Yeah. All right. Everybody they have different styles of clothing. When you go to the own culture of clothing, everybody's style is different. All right, but say before they want to follow after Esau, now they want to wear a spoon on a fucking suit and tie.
Yeah.
They want to create skyscraper. Whitewash. Yeah, whitewash them. All right, but you have to go into their actual culture. It all looks different. Block and Lord divided the way, made their ways diverse. The Lord purposely did that. It's not random. Like Esau try to explain it away because they moved to this. These people are the same, but they moved to this side of the earth. No, it was always different from anything. Right. Like, look at that nigga, Bill Nye the Sounds guy. That's what he was saying. He's saying the reason why there's different skin tone shit and people look different archetypes because he moved this cold climate.
Yes.
That's bullshit. That's not true. But
why don't that happen anymore?
Yeah, why does that happen?
We always mention that. Whenever the so-called scientists bring up all that shit, why don't it happen anymore, bro? Like, why don't monkeys still turn into fucking humans?
Yeah, real shit.
Ecclesiastes 33 and 12. Some of them have he blessed and exalted.
Some of them have he blessed and exalted. You'll show you again. All men ain't created equal. Nor is even among the all nations. If Israel is the premier nation, but even among Israel, everybody ain't on the same level, bro. I say some 2/3 nigga, he ain't on the same level as a man or Lord. That's just what it is. That's what the Lord determined. Like I said, the Israelite women, they're not on the same level as the Israelite men. And the heathen ain't near Israel in worthiness and value. Go ahead.
Jay crazy. Some of them have he blessed and exalted.
Right.
And some of them he sanctified.
Some of them he sanctified, man.
And set near himself.
Set near himself. Like I said, it works both ways. Again, but Israel as a whole, but even amongst Israel, every Israelite ain't part of the 144,000. Every Israelite ain't part of the elect. Every Israelite ain't. Yeah, Shah has the ultimate preeminence amongst Israel. Then after that, who? King David. There's the 12 apostles. There's 144,000. There's orders to everything. Go ahead.
But some of them hath he cursed and brought low.
Some of them, well, hold on, wait a minute, brother. I thought God loves everybody and everybody equal. What do you mean God's cursing some people and bringing them low? What? See how you read the scriptures and completely cut all the bullshit Esau teaches? I said, what she doesn't really believe in anyway. Esau believes this too. It's just he got the wrong idea. He think he's the blessed.
Yeah, he said even more so.
Yeah,
He really believed in supremacy of everybody.
Yeah, exactly right.
Look how he realized. Because of Jacob, when you get to the kingdom, the Lord said there's a certain lot of amounts of land that's going to belong to every nation. Right. Esau don't do that. Esau don't say, well, this is your land. We're not going to infringe on it. We're not going to fucking, we're going to have people fucking homeless, living in the street, and that. You got to scramble and work all these endless hours and not getting still barely able to make ends meet. That's what Esau, he believes in full supremacy. In the kingdom, we say, yeah, it's going to be the nation of Israel on top. They're gonna have more riches, but the other heathen ain't gonna be destitute and poor and can't even feed their families, can't feed themselves.
That's why Esau not gonna have no land in the kingdom, man. Mm-hmm. His ass gonna be exterminated, and we gonna take his land.
Yeah,
you know, land of Edom gonna be the land of Judah in the kingdom.
Yeah, tell you that, Amo. Say, yeah, appreciate it.
And the Oklahoma. But this second Ezra 6 and 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So there you go. It just put a separation right there in that verse. It said everybody come from Adam. Everybody come from the bloodline of Adam. But guess what? It's a chosen bloodline from the bloodline of Adam, man. You know? And it's saying, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle. So there you go, man. He said he created a world for the nation of Israel's sake, that chosen lineage that come from Adam. And everybody else is like spittle, something that you don't care about. Like when you talking, spit just come out your mouth. You're not thinking twice about it, man. Yeah. That's how the Lord feels about your nations. He don't care about the nations was created to serve the Israelites. That's the only reason why he was created. You know, because if we're gonna be Lord God, kings and priests, you know, and princes, we ain't gonna be working. We ain't about to be serving each other. No. Right here, he's not gonna work for me. I'm not gonna work with him. He gonna have his servants. I'm gonna have my servants, and they gonna be heathens, man.
Potiphar said in one of his videos, slavery is good, man. You know,
right?
Yeah, like I said, the only reason why you say we get to the point right now is because of Israel's disobedience to the Heavenly Father. That's why the Lord chastened and punished our nation by putting us in subjection underneath the rest of the other nations.
It's a it has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Now, O Lord, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. And what's that? That's that I say servants upon horses and princes walking on the earth as servants. Because the Lord switched the tables because we sinned against the Lord, man. That's why these heathens is over us now. You know? So I'm about to say for your information, that's why they're over us, man, because of our fuckers. But guess what? Guess what? It's when this place gets destroyed, the Lord's going to switch the tables again. We're going to be back on top.
And again, even that's prophecy. Again, we're talking about, we about to go back to Sirach 33, because even this chapter is emphasizing the fact there's no free will in this either. Israel didn't choose to go off. That's what, that's what, you know, I'll tell you one, Sirach, Isaiah 63rd chapter. I'm going to get that real quick. Isaiah 63, I think it's verse 17. Like say, even that, all this was already set up from the beginning. It's the Lord's story saying Isaiah 63 and verse 17. It says, O Lord, why hast thou made us to err from thy ways and harden our heart from thy fear? Return for thy servant's sake, the tribe is thy inheritance. So everything's already predestined anyway. Like I said, just now will come to a time where the heathen, everybody get their just due. Now they mad about that. Now all of a sudden they want to try to include themselves in Israel's covenant, bro. Now everybody's equal. Yeah, now everybody's equal.
Right. You know, and what adds on with that, what he pulled out is the Psalms, I think 17 or 13, where it talked about how the Lord created Esau to be his whooping stick for our transgression. So you was only created to bring the judgment of the Lord and then to get judged, man. You know, but the Lord he about to turn the table. Like, all right, I'm about to reset it to how I planned it to go, man. You know, the Lord, the reason why we had to go through this because we had to receive the negative, man, to make us the perfect judges, man. Now we got the negative and the positive now. So now, you know, so now we come into the place where the Lord is gonna make us them proper rulers in the earth, man. Because in the time of Adam, we just knew good. You know, we ain't had an understanding of evil. You know, but it say back in Second Ezra 6:58, but we thy people whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, thy fervent lover, are given into their hands of the world now be made for our sakes. Why do we not possess an inheritance with them? How long shall this endure? You know, but we're at the end of this, man. We're about to receive a possession in the earth, man. You know, and you just gonna get right back in order in captivity. We're gonna put everything back in its order. It's gonna be no more women lifting their nose up against man, and you know, heathens thinking they better than us, and you know, they so raw because they got it. And just know, man, because it ain't go because in the kingdom also it's gonna be no more wars. What's the whole point of having a war if everything gonna be in order?
Strike 3, bring that back to verse 12.
Okay. This is Ecclesiastes 33:12. Some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them hath he cursed and brought low.
Right, in the grand scheme of things, that's ultimately Esau and the heathen. All right, they've been brought low. They're not on the same level as this one, right? But then you get even more specific and said, really, Esau, he's the lowest. He's like you going earlier, he's the basis of things. That's why he only won't get exterminated, right? Then you got Israelites who are in a better or worse situation even amongst them, right? Go ahead.
And turn out of their place, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure. So man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as liketh him best.
Same thing they say in Romans 9 chapter about the potter and the clay, right? The Lord doing what he wants to do, already predetermined and predestined people's lives, right? Go ahead.
Good is set against evil, and life against death.
Good is set against evil and life against death. That's what you see. The primary players in the Lord's movie, the Lord's story is what? Jacob versus Esau. Jacob is the good guy, the protagonist. Esau is the bad guy, the villain, the antagonist. That's what it is, man. This really is the ultimate story, the ultimate movie playing out, man. All right? Everybody has their role. All right, and you have that, right? And you have certain actors, they may apply for this role, and you get a different role in the movie. You have an actor who what's his name? What's his name? Who's the Fast and Furious guy? Paul Walker. You know, he auditioned for Andrew Skywalker. He didn't get the role. He's just my man. Let's go all go down on why he hate us so much. If you were wondering in the world, people talking about skin color. No. It's a spiritual reason. So we're the Israelites, and they're not. We're chosen, and they're not. They're like you brought the verses, they're like submit to the Most High. That's why. That's where the envy comes from. That's why they always try to discredit you. They're always mad that they really mad about Israelite men's confidence, bro. They literally this shit just happened to me. It's like, man, you ain't bowing down to the heel. You come and talk confident, especially don't let you be a jack. You fucking like you in good shape and settling. I'm like this pass. The jack was in good shape and you dressing well, smelling not nice. You carry yourself confident. He saw like cocky. That shit just happened to me, bro. Well, he didn't tell me. He told somebody else. He told me. But yeah, he's cocky. Why? They hate on you, bro. They hate to see you shine, man.
bro. Just to add to the brother point, I know exactly. A couple of brothers used to ask me all the time, like, why you quit working out? Why you quit working out? They don't understand. I said, bro, when you big and you look like you got your life together here, oh, bro, like they gonna fire you. They gonna listen to me. They gonna hate on you every step of the way, and we seeing it right now with my boy Shador Sanders. Like they don't like.
Bro, that nigga, bro, that was what that had been Edomite, like look, Tom Brady's son or what?
Yeah.
Well, what is calling the Edomite players?
Let that be one of their sons who come in there being all arrogant and braggadocious and flashing, wearing jewelry and all this shit. They will love it, bro. They love it.
Yeah, with Johnny Manziel.
Right. They're loving it, bro. Loving it. They got no issue with it, no problem. He's a star. He got the what do they call that shit, man? The charisma. It's more than he's got. But it factor, right? But when Jay did all of he tried to get we're gonna drop his stock in the draft. We're gonna let him fucking. He's picking and choosing. See, man.
Yeah, they try to break Jay's confidence. They said
Yes.
they want you to get.
Yes.
I mentioned about Roger
Yes.
Robinson, in the bodybuilding world, right? And that's just one example. In that time, and I said the 60s, 60s, 70s, 80s, that was during the 60s at the time, late 60s at the time, civil rights era, stuff like that. Jake, they wanted Jake in that you can't run an Edomite dominated environment. They want you to be humble. They want you to hang down low. It's just happy to be there. But see, like a situation like that where you and they're doing better than them, then they really hate to try to tear your confidence down. I try to feel like with Marx, that's what the racism of Marx try to throw at you. But see, brothers, the truth, that shit working, man. You can say nigga this, nigga that all you want to. You saw me. I know I'm Israelite. I know you Edomite.
Yeah.
See, I know. See the truth.
Yeah.
Like I always say, bro. He tried to shame Israel through lies, but we shame you through the truth. The truth is that you were Edomite, and let's say God don't love you. You're the devil, and soon you won't even exist anymore. The kingdom is for us, nigga. We're the chosen, you not. So we don't care about what he saw. He come up saying shit. I laugh. I'm like, bro, you don't even know what that means.
Well, it is. You wouldn't be surprised, bro. We already know you, Jake. You saw the shock when they oh, you nigger. I'm like, bro, you already know you feel like that. So whether they verbalize it or not, you know when they walk past, you know what's going through their mind, bro. You ain't even surprised. Right. So I'm surprised they not on that type of time, bro.
Right, exactly.
You know who our enemies are, man.
And he's not acting like that. I know that's what he really.
Yeah.
But see, he don't got the nuts in his modern day time. I'll tell you a full story off camera what happened. I went for this interview for this shit. I didn't even know. I'm thinking I was there for like 3 minutes. I'm thinking this shit cool. Then it came back to me. The other Imam told me to like, yeah, he's cocky. I'm like, bro, I barely even talked to you for 3 minutes. But just my presence with Jake, the modern word Jay say this aura. Me being there alone, just got him rattled. I hate his confidence. They hate his confidence.
That spirit.
Especially when they won, when they feel like they're in a position over you, and they feel like they have some leverage over you. They feel like you should cower and demure to them. I said, just be happy to be in their presence, bro. That's what they want. They want you. That's why even when you get pulled up by cops, they want you to be all shook and scared like that. That's why I don't do that shit. I'm like, bro, you can plot, still speak about, agreeing with that absolute being peaceful, all minute for apostle, but you don't be all shook and scared. They want, bro. They want you to be all scared. They come knocking to pull you over, hit the lights, and no, man. I'm like, you're not important. That's why even like when Bill gets trying to come up, he's trying to discuss it. He think, because like maybe well, I don't believe what you're saying. Like, we gotta prove it to him. I think I don't give a fuck what you believe. Like saying you hold no relevance in my mind. Right. Get Isaiah 10 and 20.
I ain't care about that nigga. But
that's why he said.
They look at like, oh, so you just think you better than me.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I know I am. I don't think I know I am. No, you think you better than me.
Well, one thing I hate the clothes, but you might want to take do is that clothes with your shit. They might
I don't do that shit. Don't do that.
And all that shit, man. Oh, nigga, fuck you. I don't like that.
Like I said, bring the song. I said, and that's literally, you can tell Jake's more in that spirit now. And that my praise going out to earth. That's why we listen to support. You got a lot of Jake supporting him.
Yep.
Jake like, man, Jake cheating.
I'm about to get one.
I was fast thinking about getting a motherfucker support just to make this even mad.
Hell yeah.
Shit made me mad as fuck, bro.
Yeah, anyone for folks.
Yeah, right. It's a spirit. It's going in right. They're right. It's the fact that he was drafted 1 for 4. That was spiritual as well. They're going to show you because the heathen always hating, bro. They always hating. Then they always try to do this passive aggressive shit. And everybody, oh, that's a different time. We're gonna hate you as you do. Like say, as soon as, especially you a brother, you wearing some like nice styles, glass up with the gold. You wearing a gold chain openly. You got nice iPhone, nice small, good walking bill, head up, chest up. They get car decent, and you talking nonsense, or they behave mad, bro. Mad, bro. And why are they mad? It's because it's going to no. Like I said earlier, like I've been making this point last couple of days in live stream. See, this how you know Israelite men are really superior because us shining bothers me. You saw, in order for him to prop himself up, he has to bring some people down. Shador. He not knocking nobody else. He just confident in himself.
That's how he walks.
That's how he is alone. And they never had that same energy. You see that video? He went up to the dude with the Browns. I don't even know who the fuck he was. He's some dude like for the Browns, like in the NFL, like he review shit. He saw him. He's coming to talk.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
He goes in his face like you always making bad reports about me. Laughing in his face. Anybody don't got nothing to say. Like bro, like saying like either shit just happened to me. He didn't say shit to me. He said shit to another Edomite. The other Edomite was cool with me. He told me what he said. I'm like, bro, it said like no motherfucker, bro. He don't always hate me.
Oh,
Another spiritual thing too, they got a backup quarterback that was drafted before him, and Shador really should have went before him. And it's a controversy because the nigga had said somebody uttered out his mouth, "I'm not an entertainer." You know what I mean? And that was a shot at Shador Sanders, and they came to ask Shador Sanders a question about it. He just shunned it, man. He just, just going about his business like he do. You know what I'm saying? That's what they mad at. They can't get this man to, talk back, so we can slander. Because when he came into the job, they was already saying he's arrogant, he's this, that, and third. Like,
yeah, whatever heathens, especially Edom might have been the most. But it's not just him, it's all these heathen, bro. Whenever they see Israelite men shine anyway, they always get to hate, bro. Like this, I keep mentioning like this Assassin's Creed game came out. Oh man, the heathen was mad, bro. But had it been like, Japan should be driving. No, had it been an Edom on that cover in Japan, they would have no problems. But since there's a fucking Drake on there, now they mad.
Right.
Hey, but saying it's so funny because they try to act like it's not what it is, but then they show their hand.
Yeah.
But see, again, that's why, in the truth, that's why I read this verse, because that's why you should embrace the hate. You should not give a fuck they hate you. Stop trying to appeal to the heathen, bro. Fuck them. Fuck the so-called white man, fuck the so-called Arab man, so-called Chinese man. They all our enemies, bro. They're all beneath us, bro. Fuck them niggas, man. Fuck, you don't need to be around. I don't want to be around these weirdos anyway. Weirdos,
right.
Bunch of pedophiles and weirdos.
Lame.
You can read this.
Who's Isaiah 10 and 20, it says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them."
What does that mean? To stay upon them that smoke them, man. To trust and look at validation for your enemy, man.
Well, in the NLT, it says we no longer depend on allies who seek to destroy them. But back in the KJV, it says, "Shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth."
Right, exactly. So we stand upon the Lord. Hey, how about shit on side? We already know, we read the prophecies. The Lord getting ready to exalt us back over these devils, man. And they really gonna be mad. Man, you know how envious these devils gonna be in the kingdom? Because the only thing they can say right now, they try to use, like, say, their social economic status over us. But like, bro, like in the kingdom, that shit gonna be ripped away. And not only that, our true heritage and knowing the fact that we're the Israelites is gonna come back. We're gonna be Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Zebulon, etc. Man, you ain't gonna be able to call us black and all this bullshit. He said, because even that's why they keep trying to emphasize that. Why? Because that takes away from who you really are, man. And then they mad, they don't even know who we really are.
Exactly.
Imagine how much glory Jake gonna have once you're gonna be forced to acknowledge the Israelites. They ain't hard, bro. They really gonna be mad. They're like, man, look at them shine. They got this gold. They glowing. They flying and shit. They got them on, man. They immortal, man. Damn, we don't got that. We already better than them now.
That's what the hatred stems from.
And see, it's like that was like vocab. They really get hurt because we're openly telling them that. See, we don't got a lot like you. Yeah, I know. I'm they say like, we think you better. Yeah, I know I'm better than you. Yeah, I mean, it says it. Look, it says right here on the page. Deuteronomy 76. I'm chosen, not. Yeah.
That's why usually a sellout is going to always come with that same doctrine that everybody can be saved.
Yeah.
That's what I always come back to because they still want to be relevant or still want to be compared to as a true Israelite man.
They want to be included with us, man.
Yeah.
And ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
It all goes back to the hatred, the fact that we actually are chosen. That's why they all hate us. But here it is. You start going to above and beyond and try to everything. But then the one time, but then now he wants to be us. Here it is, all your empire. This everything. So then you thinking our kingdom was really on top. Now you gonna be included? No, it's gonna be exclusive. It's gonna be a difference, man. But I line that up in numbers when it talks about they should not be reckoned amongst the nations. All right, we ain't gonna be amongst other nations, man.
They only want that guard when it's convenient, boy.
Exactly.
When they had that yoke upon our neck, lose their footstool, they went up here equality then. When no Edomites going and Marshall, we're all Edomite rebellions against the slave masters and all those remaining slaves and all that. It was Jason rebelling against. It wasn't, we gotta stop you guys. Even when you go further down the line, you go into the Civil War. and them trying to, even our dad was the will of the Lord, man. If it was true of Esau, we would still be in captivity to this day, man. Hardcore bombing, bro. It wouldn't be this lightening up, that we have now. No, it would still be at its worst state. And get numbers 23 and 9 in NLT, read verse 9 and 10 in NLT, right? Because again, this is an investment of history. This is when when Balak, the king of Moab at that time, he sent for Balaam to try to curse Israel. And listen to what Balaam's going to tell him, because the Lord gave him a vision about the future. All right. So he saw both. He saw how Israel was going to be in captivity, and we weren't going to be included with other nations. They were going to treat us. They were going to mistreat us. Treat us like shit, talk shit. Then he saw the end of the kingdom, and we were on top, and we still separate. We ain't gonna be right for this. The NLT.
Yeah. Numbers 23 and 9 in the NLT. I see them from the cliffs tops.
Yep.
I watch them from the hills. I see a people who live by themselves, set apart from other nations.
See, set apart from other nations. The same way, see, right now, we're separated from other nations in dishonor, but soon we're gonna be separated from other nations in honor, man. You ain't saying, ain't gonna. Now they want to be buddy. When you find out that Jacob's about to get a blessing, now everybody can just say, no, it don't work that way. The same way, hey, look, keep that same energy. Now it's, well, look, we all come against the elite. Yeah. All the poor. Yeah, because now you no longer taking part in that blessing. But you no longer have that fatness. Now your brothers leave you out poor and destitute like the rest. Now we all should come together, right?
Let's say, who can count Jacob's descendants as numerous as dust?
Mm-hmm.
Who can count even a fourth of Israel's people?
Right, because we in Newman right now, but especially in the kingdom, bro. Because we're going to be immortals. We're going to keep having babies, bro. But we're going to be in Newman. Go ahead.
Said, let me die like the righteous. Let my life end like theirs.
Right, exactly. Because again, he saw it. When you go into the whole chapter, he saw the vision of the end. He saw the kingdom and the glory and the stuff he was going to have, man. He said, man, let me go through. Let me go through so I can be with them, man. But you can't cross over and be with us, man. No, we have our lot like we've been going into this whole camp. Okay, we have our lot, and you have your lot. See, and they enjoyed their lot. When the Lord gave them their exclusive blessing, they want to fight, man. How come Israel can't be with us, man? Esau was like, man, come on, Lord. I don't want to put them in slavery. I want them right here with me. No, he thoroughly enjoyed it. He came up with everything. Not only did he enjoy it, then he came up with all these bullshit lies on why he's there and roll at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's something become a Lord preacher right there. Is that something? You let him know. Let him tell it. I'm my IQ. I'm so smart. I'm so intelligent. And what we say, I fall past a Negro. I'm just like, no, man. You something here because the Lord put you here, and the Lord's gonna show that when He removes you. And that's gonna be, you know how embarrassing that's gonna be. I'm like when you know, like we went to Isaiah 14 last night live stream. Like damn, all that shit I was saying was bullshit. Yes. Like all the IQ, like you gonna know. That's why Ezekiel 39 said the heavy chapter to me. That's when he's going to hold that too. So we go into it after brother them got the precepts. They gonna know, damn. The only reason why we know these niggas is because they sin. That's it. And everybody else gonna know. And they saying everybody's gonna know. It's gonna be everybody's gonna know. Yeah, because right now a lot of the heathen feel the same way. Right. But the white man just smart. He's better. Right. He's more advanced. He scientifically and technologically more advanced than everybody else. But again, in the kingdom, everybody's gonna know. No, this is the devil, and the Lord set up over the nation of Israel temporarily. That's the one and only reason that they come. Anything they knew, any type of knowledge they had, the Lord was going to give them the increase of that.
This is Malachi 1:1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. Burden goes to the prophecy. And it say, yet it said, I have loved, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Because of the condition Jacob believed that the Lord loved him. God do this, God, why this happened? It's a man, Lord is a balanced power. He's good in it. All good, like the great figure go to teach, man. The Lord is good and evil. He created light and darkness. I say he carried peace and chaos. I say we're in us. It's not Esau's Jacob's brother, said the Lord. Yet I love Jacob and I hated Esau. So there you go. The Lord said that he hate Esau, man. He hates you Edomites. It don't say he just hated the sin what Esau did. It say he hate Esau. That's what it clearly, bluntly says, man. I'm pretty sure we go to any other translation, it's gonna say the same exact thing. It's not gonna say, oh, well, he hated the acts of Esau, man. No, man. He hate Esau, man, and that's why he's not gonna receive the blessing Jacob's gonna receive, man. It say, and lay his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons and the wilderness. So there you go. That's why this place is gonna get destroyed. This king mountains represents, you know, it's gonna lay waste, man. You know, the Lord is not dealing with you Edomites. You know, that's why Brad is mad watching you, man. Because he didn't get chosen, man. That guy, or son, he got rejected, man. You know? It's a, whereas Edom said, you are impoverished, and we can return and build desolate places. This place America is a desolate place, and they just constantly trying to build, come up with these false hope. Yeah, this gonna be the year, man. You know, when we build a new school, this gonna be the year for the next generation. So this and that, this and that. We got technology, AI. You know, the for our new future, man. This place don't got no future, man. This place gonna get destroyed. This place gonna get burnt down, man. And say that, say, uh, thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. So the Lord of armies, he said that he's going to throw down. You can build all you want. You can come up with as many so-called spaceships and military forces and different. Hey, there's about this gonna never happen, but it's about building a dome over America or something like. It's gonna be like a missile defense dome, but
It's trying to be like,
you know.
yeah.
No, that shit don't come enough, man. They not doing that shit, man.
The nigga think this
Right.
Honda and shit. When they had the fucking Black Panther, they had the fucking dome over the city, so they couldn't.
Yeah, man. No, man. It said I will throw down. Lord gonna throw this place down great, man. It say it say uh it say they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever, which is the righteous anger. The Lord have this anger against the Edomites forever, man. You know, because you're the wicked, and the Lord hates the wicked. You know, and if the Lord gonna have a righteous kingdom with his seed Jacob, then that means Esau has to destroy because he's a wicked, and it's gonna be no wickedness flourishing in the righteous kingdom.
Two kings can't rule at the same time.
Exactly. And how the old cowboy said, this town's not big enough for the two of us. You know? And the cowboys was Jake. So guess what? This earth, as big as earth is, not big enough for Jacob and Esau to be on the earth together, man. So guess what? Esau, y'all have to get burnt up, man.
This Ezekiel 39 and 21 says, "Now I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see my judgment that I have executed, and my hand that I have laid upon them." That's like going back to the point about what the fact that the heathen gonna finally find out that they ain't shit. Straight like that. They're gonna realize that it's from so-called white man, so-called Arab man, all the other nations outside of Israel, they all gonna realize that we ain't shit, bro. Because it's why the Lord gonna show them when the Lord judges this place and he frees his people, they gonna realize, okay, that's the Lord's people, man. They gonna know they ain't fucked up. Here it is, this menacing God is coming back, destroying everything on so-called UFOs, and damn, here's his people we've been fucking over for centuries, bro. Fuck, damn, fuck, bro. You know what's over with, though, bro.
Just to add to your point, that's gonna. When I think of the kingdom of heaven, those are the increments like he's added. That makes it up, because that leads from the confusion of a heathen not ready to serve. You know what I'm saying? Because Jack the type of people to where if we on top, we still have this type of preparedness about us to where we know how to make you feel good about yourself too. That's why they hate a dude like Shador, because he know how to utilize even the third stringers, and he'll make you shine while getting all the attention. Only Jake can do that.
Because you know why?
Only Jake can do
That's a great point. Because we actually are superior.
that.
We actually are
That's what I
superior
mean.
men. Like I said before, if you're actually superior men, you're not focused on hating all the other men.
Exactly.
You're
Exactly.
focused on being great. He's
Exactly.
always the bottom. That's why all he does is hate on other men, especially Israelites.
Exactly.
Hey, Jake did a start ad for LeBron, and they get an interview where they say, teammates, man.
Yeah,
Teammates.
yeah.
Bro, I couldn't do without my teammates, bro.
Yeah.
No, that nigga got a 40-point triple double, bro.
Right.
Come on, man.
Like really, like I say, really it was me, but I say that's what happens when you're actually superior. You don't have to go out of your way to tear everybody else down because you actually are superior.
Exactly. Exactly.
When you're inferior, like I always say, Esau has the ultimate inferiority complex. That's why he has to try so hard to tear everybody else down. Because he gets around, he feels inferior. Like, man, he's better than me. Everything. He fights, fuck, dress better than me. Yeah. Damn, bro, this dude does everything. But he looks better than me.
Got better
Damn,
skin, hair.
bro.
That goes
Esau be fucking literally a billionaire and leave me like shit, bro. Yeah, bro. Jake has $7 in his pocket, like money walking down the shit.
Y'all know how they say.
Run fast, everything, bro.
And we smarter, and we want better. It's just that we're not allowed to show it right now.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
the kingdom, you're gonna see that's what
Says, verse 22, so the house of Israel shall know that I am the Lord their God from that day and forward.
Right, so we're gonna know the Lord's with us right now. Right now, we're still fast. Like, God damn, Lord, when you coming back? Well, the majority of Israel who aren't part of the whole full legs, they don't really believe the Lord. Like, but it's read Malachi, they don't really believe the Lord loves them. Because, like, you're looking at your state you're in, you're seeing your enemies will hate you. You can label all this treatment, so it weighs down the soul. It fucks with Jake's confidence, man.
So they feel like that. I'm with the heathen.
Exactly.
They feel that's why they boast on that. That's why they proud. They feel you should be and again bowing to it. Right. It says, verse 23, it says, the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all about the street.
That's the real reason why you're over the so-called black and still Native American man. Not because you're so great. This is divine intervention, bro. The Lord really had to turn us down to be able to go into captivity under you.
Yeah.
So that way we could serve a punishment. That's it. You look really that they gonna know. The heathen shall know. The heathen are gonna know. Damn, the only reason we was over them is because they sinned against their God. Now look at their ass flying around, putting you through a fucking building. God damn, bro.
Yeah.
It says, according to their uncleanness and according to their transgressions have I done unto them, and hid my face from them.
Yeah, see, the Lord hid his face from us, man. So we didn't have a connection to our power anymore.
Yeah.
It's like anything electronic, you gotta plug it in.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be plugged into the outlet. You need a power source. That's the same thing with Israelite men. We gotta be plugged into the power source, man. All right. It's like at nighttime, like you trying to plug something in. It's dark. You can't see. You can't plug anything in. And that's basically been Jay. We can't get the plug. But see now we have found that motherfucker. Light that came on. Plug back in, and this is why they're so afraid. Man.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Well, he hid his face from us, and now it's our face. Right. So now let's see our days. So that's what we're doing. We're doing right now, man. Those been out here dirty and sackcloth, really lowly, literally exalting the Lord, his name, and his will. But by way of that, we're acknowledging our offense. We're repenting, we're praying, we're begging for the Lord to come back and destroy this place. So that's when we get our power source back, man. The Heavenly Father is saying how shine is that mediator, all right, for us to go through him to get back to him. Right?
And if I can add just real quick, and the elect is proud of their heritage.
That's right.
You don't understand, like I'm proud to know that these heathens, they can't utter our Lord's name. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that. Like I never really felt the whole Jesus Christ anyway, because he want everybody. No, all power want us.
That's the problem with Jake, though, because we got the days that we stand on with great boldness, right? But nigga like Anton Davis, like, no, fuck that, man. Go Esau way. You know, you can come up that way, like, you know, like, bro, like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, fuck that nigga. It says, Ezekiel 39:25, it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, how about Shah? Now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob.
He didn't bring again means to end. Well, it's going to end our captivity. He's going to end his low state where we're getting humiliated. Like I said, you got these loser ass heathens ruling over us, bro. Like say, like, bro, you got, bro, it's basic to the soul to watch these just absolute degenerate losers think they're better than you. Like say, like Esau, like, everyday life, you walk around a dirty Edomite, they all think they're better than Jake, bro. You're not, bro. It's vexing because see, it's more vexing when you actually know you're better than them.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
He's so vexed if he have an inferiority complex because he knows deep down in the soul. Now, I wouldn't even say deep down, it's below the skin. All right, really below the skin. You know, I got all this money, I got all this wealth, but damn, that nigga right there, he catching the buzz. He's still better. He knows that. Why else would you be worried about?
Bro, literally all the using, like I said, they're conflicting their own minds. So at one point, you know, one day they're feeling they're better than you,
Yeah.
right? Next day they're feeling like, damn, bro, I can't do that. And so I'm never seeing courtside, watching, seeing what stuff he can do. Right? Watching everybody go crazy for him, his name before he walk out into that.
All my women want him. Yeah, every time he come around, he got straight at the either might he been buying drinks for this. I really witnessed this shit. Either might been buying drinks for this bitch all night, and she going home with Jake, bro. He get mad like, damn, bro, I got all this money, I got this whatever designer shirt on.
Enough.
Like, bro, what is he doing? Exactly, yep.
No.
This is all a build up to the time where the Lord makes us his battle axes and we really get the fucking chomp off you fucking heathens, man. We're gonna fucking stump y'all out, man.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be well established who's really superior in that shape. Your gun and shit ain't gonna work no more.
And have mercy upon the whole house of Israel.
Black and the Lord, you're gonna bring these 2/3 back to the kingdom, man. They gonna get their revenge on y'all as well. Because y'all been mistreating them as well. Them Jake and Hollywood, etc. They be getting these bullshit ass contracts. They work their ass off literally every year. Mariah Carey, all I want for Christmas, all that shit. All these songs they do that you saw using in his society. Make your own fucking Christmas song. You so fucking great. Why the fuck?
Exactly.
Man, I was
OJ's.
time it was straight. Either my in there playing all Jake music. No, play each song. Why? What you need our music for? You so superior. But I bring the Mariah Carey song because again, they said that they made no account of our labor. Right? Here it is. They have a fucking contract where she make like 1% of the profit every year. Less than 1%. But it's some Malachi making 99%, feeding his children for generations of her hard work. That's a perfect example. They don't make no account of Israelite labors, man. All right, but that's what you do. Who's really superior?
Exactly.
You go to a fucking sporting event. It's nothing but Jake music in there. You go to my bro, nobody playing. Nobody hear that song.
They have a contract with they own your fucking life.
Yeah.
And you can't put your name in anything but them okay, or them that's gonna do.
Bro, it's quick. I was mentioning about Robert Robinson, that devil Joe Wilder, who's a Malachite, who owned that whole bodybuilding shit. He really wanted to make he was never in shape, but he wanted to make a statue of himself, right? It's like the Mr. Olympia like symbol, whatever, right? He literally had Robert Robinson, so he told him the statue was going to be there, like he had a sculpture. He had Robert Robinson come pose like this. He had one with his arms crossed like this. He had the afro looking mighty as fuck, swole, and then he had the sculptor shit. He had the statue, and then the review came. He took it off. He put his head over the body, bro.
I didn't even know that.
That's crazy, bro. He blew my belly again. And then he tried to sue, and then Takamani, this the time in the 70s when they were still getting heavy discriminated against him. He tried to sue all the Ewoks was going to take his case. He down about that shit.
Bro, even when you look at the way the bodybuilding competition now, what do they all do? They all spray that tan all over. They're not even a tan, really turning their skin brown.
Yeah.
So look, you never seen that. Look that shit up, bro.
Yeah.
You look, your whole skin is brown. They talk about, oh, well, because black people, their definition that they shows forth more because of their skin tone. They literally spray their whole body brown.
Yeah, they tried to get on stage and look like Jake,
bro. Crazy.
You getting off your shit about Jake.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They go home and talk shit, bro.
Yeah, they all want to be us, bro. And sometimes, every once in a while, the truth come out. Like this one dude, Rich Piana, he had died from like overdose on drugs, steroids and shit. He was like a bodybuilder dude, right? He was an Edomite. He even said it one time. He was with some like Jake bodybuilder. He was saying, he's like, look, man, we have a competition, but he said, blacks and whites, we're gonna be separate. He's like, if we compete with y'all, ain't gonna be fair. That's what it was. Right, Brown said, like I was watching that recently, coming into the weightlifting and shit. Bro, literally, he was talking about how all the shit was rigged, bro. Yeah. Like, literally, like, I ain't gonna go all into it, but like, we go behind it's all rigged. But then it's so funny because it starts with Esau, he don't want to let you into it, but you're so great, he has to viscerally acknowledge you. It's like, well, like anything with basketball. Yeah. Like, but then, like, think about it. Ronnie Coleman, Lee Haney, they surpassed Arnold for the most looking the best. Why? Because you can't deny James Brady said to us.
Bro, literally every sport, bro. The Jesse Owens, Jackie Robinson, only has to like a Negro league. Yeah. So y'all gotta play separate, right? Because this y'all too good. Y'all, they're talking about He was Jake Robinson that was breaking the records and niggling way like fucking had way fifth records to all the fucking dope at that time, bro.
That's a beautiful, bro. That spirit is sprung up. I was just watching how the brother was saying, Jace, y'all need to go to the Baseball Hall of Fame because they got the real records
Yeah.
of that in there. But basically, the dude channel I was going to basically was going to how Jackie Robinson was basically like the house nigga. He was good enough to deal with them. That's why he was very, as the brother your call was going to earlier, he was like, he was used to bowing his head.
Mm.
All the rest of those Negroes over there, they was way better than Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
But like you'll never hear of them.
Yeah. That's perfect example, right? It's the same thing like, with the bodybuilding thing and everything. Because literally, like, again, during that time, like the 60s, 70s, 80s, them Jakes who first got in there, they had to face so much discrimination and so much bullshit. Like I said, their chest getting shorted, being treated misfit. You amongst the team. They doing passive aggressive racist jokes. You got like you cool with it. For the next generation to come in and Jake, the ones Jake's in there, Jake's blow them out the water. But literally, like for example, in baseball, they originally tell you that they know it's because you're better, but they originally tell you, no, because you couldn't play baseball with white men.
Yeah, you're not smart enough.
You're not smart enough to play with us. Then as soon as they get in there, all of a sudden the whole team number Jake in there.
Yeah.
And it's way better than you.
And that's why even now they try to hold on to like a football. They try to
Exactly.
bro.
Yeah.
Because they like Jake running service running everywhere else. Well, no, this isn't about physicality. It's a mental part.
It's a mental part, right?
That's why the coach got to be an Edomite. Because only a coach has the mental capability.
And really, that's really like the only thing. You know, so crazy. Jake saying that. Remember, I was thinking like it used to be they was gatekeeping the quarterback position.
Yep,
Now, what? The last couple Super Bowls, it been all Jake quarterbacks.
The last Final Four was all Jake.
It was all Jake. I might, but because again, it's not saying because you can't do it. I'm like, no, people are way better. He's gonna let us.
Right.
Then once they do, we outshine your ass.
Right.
That's a perfect example. I'm talking about how. It's like, man, we don't gotta tear you down. We can just shine ourselves, and that alone speaks volumes. It says enough, bro. And then like it's the same thing like I said now with the coaches thing. Now that know like in the NBA, for example, I don't watch NFL, so I don't know how it is in the NFL. But there's more and more coaches with Jake.
Well, like Deion Sanders, for an example, he in college being a head coach in Colorado, which is a racist ass state, by the way. But however, he's the coach of it. They so mad at that because he's bringing in black recruits. You know, he's showing people how to get in it and prosper in it. And that's why they mad at Shador Sanders because they like, man, you was fed with a silver spoon. You know what I mean? So
That's hey, the brother is basically going into Ecclesiastes 12, starting at verse what's that 10? Never trust our enemies, because basically what they do is they try to knock off Jake at every level, but certain Jakes squeeze through because they're just so exceptional. And so when that happens, those are Jakes that they capitalize off of. But that's why the scripture says what? Like it's iron, rusted shows his wickedness, because those type of Jakes, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, all these people are eventually going to get robbed for everything that they have accumulated.
Right.
So no matter on what type of level, the white man is going to have his due. The devil is going to come back to get what is his.
Right.
All right? Render unto Caesar what is Caesar, man, because right now, this is not our kingdom. Okay? This is not a place where righteousness, death, go forth. So basically, y'all doing all this shit, man, for a corruptible crown. All right, but Jay can't help it, man. We just great at this shit. All right, but making deals with the devil, Esau, Edom, man, that shit ain't gonna get you nowhere, man.
Esau really knows he can benefit from that. Like
Exactly.
The only reason why he let niggas in these sports and shit is because they turned it from little. But them sports, from the inception of all them sports, the shit don't make no fucking money. People really have to still work jobs. Motherfuckers, all the jokes come about niggas playing against milkman and all them, the mail guy and all that. Bro, when Jay kind of turned to a multi-billion-dollar corporation, bro.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Bro, multi-billion-dollar corporation, bro. These teams, we're looking at the cost, how much them owners bought them teams for initially versus how much they've been selling for now. But how much they sold Lakers for, bro? What was it? It was billions, bro. They literally sold the fucking Lakers 7 billion or some crazy shit like that. They bought that shit, it was like 300 million or something, bro. Go ahead.
Just real quick, when you go back into the sports, that was a beautiful point. When you go back to the 90s, early 90s, mid 90s, early 2000, that's when all those sports really started changing to the multi-million-dollar deals and all that because of Pepsi and all these other advertisements. But basically, who was the face? Who broke all the records? Jake did. Shaquille O'Neal. Look it up. It was another black young dude. Yeah. It was another young black dude in the 90s who had got like the biggest contract, but he ended up not being nothing. But Go back, go look it up, man. Jake was the one who made that jump for this, man.
Yeah, because the money was in it now. Jake been the money and why is money in it? Now people want to fucking watch it.
Watch it.
It's actually entertaining,
Cable,
bro.
yeah.
Because you want to see Jake fucking go between the legs, jump. How long? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. They want to see that catch the alive fucking do it. Windmill fucking dunk contest, 3-point contest. All these legendary moments ain't nobody might stop that. Yeah, get sick at his 2 or 27. I ain't make different, bro.
Yeah.
He can always hate, bro. They always envious, like I said, but ain't gonna be nothing they can do to stop this exaltation. This exclusive exaltation, bro. They ain't gonna have nothing to do with it. Be mad, bro.
2 Ezra 2 and 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
That's during the time of Jacob's trouble. When all this hell comes, and Lord gonna look out for his elect, man. All right, the rest of Israel, they gonna go down with these heathens that they love so much. Okay, but what the heathen gonna see? Because they're gonna be in the midst of it. They're gonna be seeing you have certain heathen gonna be come across the elect, and that time they're gonna see they starving to death, and then they well fed, shining, happy, calling on you. How about Shemal Shai? The Lord ain't gonna be answering their prayers. Go ahead.
The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord.
Right, so again, that's gonna go into the kingdom because they already envious now. But imagine during Jacob's trouble, they see Jacob performing miracles. They see they getting fed during a time of famine. Okay, so hey, some people may try to shoot you, the bullets and stop, don't hit you, etc. All right, they're gonna envy like, man, wow, I wish I could tap into that. All right, they're gonna be envious. They're gonna go into the kingdom. Then they're gonna see the great salvation. Only Israelites getting beamed up. They're gonna see Israel come down with the new bodies. They're gonna be envious, bro, even more than they already do.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
damn, bro.
Yeah.
I wish I could have that.
Just like you read numbers, and they be willing to do any. They're like, damn, you know what? Everything they had to go through, it's worth it, man. Yeah. I was like, I wish I could. It had to be my life, like I said. If I could do all over again, I would.
Yeah. And that's what's going to make it even more beautiful if them knowing they role. And so they're going to jump out their way to give us their best daughters. They're going to jump out their way to give us their best foods. They're going to jump out they're going to break their necks to try to make some type of friendship or some type of camaraderie with certain Israelites.
Yeah.
And like, you know how Jake is? Jake got swag. So in that day, everybody going to be on point, man. Them heathens going to be in, bro. If we come to their town, it's going to be a fucking parade. It's going to be a concert.
They really thought Solomon was doing, man. What's Solomon?
Yeah.
Like, bro,
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Like you said, that was a great point you made, because I said that they're going to want to do anything they can to just get in good favor of Israel, bro. Just so that way they can just be amongst, you know what I'm saying, the Israelites.
Yeah, right. Because right now it says the opposite. Go wait, real quick. I know Brent got one. You get yours real quick. Get I think he takes have one. Get line up with say as that was a curse. How's it go? I shall make you a blessing. Curse you with a curse among the heathen.
I will curse them to curse you.
No, as you were a curse among the heathen, so I don't matter make it. It's two, because one to talk about make it.
Zechariah 8.
Yeah, and every language. I don't have that one. Yeah, that one right there. Yes.
Wait. Oh, that's a. It's Zechariah chapter 8, verse 13. That this shall come to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen, O house of Judah, the house of Israel, so will I have saved you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong.
Fear not, let your hands be strong, man. So the same way we were cursed and they look down upon us, they think they're better, they got all this shit to talk about us. We're gonna be a blessing that day. They always said, as we go down one point, they all gonna want to get in with good favor with us, man. They gonna try to serve really well and make sure everything's perfect to try to make sure that I hope he likes you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can find favor with them, man.
Just like they do now, Esau.
Exactly.
All of the heathen they do. They cancel. That's the whole. They whitewash themselves, and not just Esau implement that. They really willingly do it. A lot of it's funny. A lot of Filipinos be Jakes too. But you look at them, or any of them Asians who have but their skin's like in the middle, like it's not super dark but not super light. They really be like scrubbing themselves with different chemicals and shit, different materials to try to lighten their skin up, bro. They really be trying to look more like an Edomite, bro. But Northern Kingdom Jakes who light skin, they really are trying to get found in good favor with Esau. They want to, when they walk in the room, they want to be looked at as one of them, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. As of right now, on the small level, you see people sacrifice their own kids for the starter. right? How many kids you know that grew up in the so-called entertainment business, right? And they was put there by what? By their parents now, what, for a little bit what? Of money. But they know that they was giving their kids over to some perverts.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? But how much more when they gonna be doing all that, man, for the sons of righteousness, man? I like to know the answer to that you have a strong chance of letting your daughter, right, right, be honored by carrying one of the brother's seeds, bro. Do you know how blessed they're gonna be just in that alone?
Bragging about it. Just like, again,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
just saying it because you could draw the parallel now. Just like they brag and if the heathen man, if his daughter goes and marries the Edomite, or especially the heathen women, talking about the Edomite, like they really boasting that. Oh yeah, like the great white man. So we got a white man, bro.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
Real quick, Isaiah 16:15 goes to the same point. It says, "Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, the joy of many generations." So again, like I said, Jacob got our glory and our fame back then. I was going to say before honor and humility, and it's like men that went to the open world.
Yeah.
Like I said before, another tool that Esau used to try to take away Jacob's confidence is by using our women to come up against him, bro. They're a major tool of trying to knock Jake's confidence down.
I had one last night at work.
Jake ain't going for this shit no more. That's why Jake said, okay, bet you want to fuck my women, I'm gonna go take your daughters, nigga.
Right.
That's what and they see they don't like that.
That's
See,
right.
literally like the example you just gave, right? They're cool. They're cool with giving their daughters to Edomite. But guess what? You come, you go. Like I saw a video of it. Edomite girl, she with a chick. She want to meet her father. Like you with a nigger.
Yeah.
Do about it. Yeah, like, we're gonna take your daughters, man.
Nigger lover.
Yeah, mad.
I
Go
got
ahead.
this is Jeremiah 16:14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall be no more said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, which is North America. It say, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, because we scattered amongst the whole earth. And the elect is going to get delivered mainly here in North America and America, but all over the earth is going to be elect members getting delivered, man. You know, it's going to be a great deliverance. It's and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. Talk about the prophets. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. Right? So the prophets gonna turn into those hunters, man. We're gonna put our foot up you Edomite's ass and all you heathens' asses, man.
Right.
Your ass going to captivity, hardcore captivity, for 1,000 years after this place get destroyed, man.
Let's say the Lord.
So yeah, Lord, word is was edifying. With that, we gonna close out. Give all praise on the glory too. Therefore, honor to the apostle, elders, great millstone, who well. Sharala. Above the bull.
Ball.